Hi Libra, welcome into your mid-June 2023 Money and Career Tarot reading. I hope you're doing amazing. But we're going to begin in poll, actually I pre-polled 3 oracle cards from the tea leaf deck, and then we'll move on to the tarot. But we're beginning with Beetle, talking about good fortune. And I'm hearing and mysterious vibes or vibe. I do feel like that's what you're exuding at this time to an extent, if not fully. But the remainder of June highlights the fact that there is a lot of good fortune to be acquired, to be appreciative of, to be grateful, appreciative of in regards to what you previously acquired, needing to recognize that your management skills are coming into play and needing to be put to use quite efficiently. That could be managing your business, could be managing your time efficiently, could be more than one thing, of course. Managing your workload at your job, if not multiple, having to balance out multiple opportunities for some, managing your money well. I do feel like you could, for some, manage money through your job. But either way, I feel like there's a lot of management, taking charge energy about the remainder of your month. But I feel like there's increase being highlighted, all right? For some, you're very satisfied with the consistency of your income. The consistency of your overspending for some needs to be put to rest. All right, you might just find that come to be naturally. But the ear card talking about good news. Beautiful. So you're getting good news in regards to a promotion, a pay raise. It could be a new position. I feel like for some, you're getting 2 job opportunities, okay, accepted into both of which. And obviously choose the one that feels intuitively right for you. Feel out the energy of that location, okay, and listen to what's being told to you and digest it. But I feel like all the meanwhile, you're going to have to ask yourself as well, which opportunity is most lucrative, all right? If you're getting one offer, is this lucrative enough, okay? Okay, I'm also hearing the word potential. Can I exceed my potential? Is there potential to move up, to move further within this company, or just how do I exceed my potential within the existing business that I'm continuing or getting off the ground at this time? Very interestingly, random reading, but I just feel like as well you're giving off good news to other people, being an informer, a leader, a teacher, but there's going to be you might be training for a new job, refreshing your memory, your skill sets, if not multiple, for what you're continuing for work. Could be you just need to get back to the basics to an extent, plus add on something new or revisit something that you once did for your business or just how you approached your job. Does that make sense? So there's that ability to remember the benefits of not only tapping into the teacher and the student role when the time feels intuitively right, when it just seems to come to be, and benefit you all the meanwhile and get you further, but also the ability to recognize when you need to get back to the basics with something you're continuing or beginning, even if you're very experienced in that field, which I'm sure you are to an extent, and very talented is what I'm getting, but also I want to say some of which are re-implementing an idea or a strategy or something you once tried out, and even if that didn't work fully or at all to your advantage or work out, it wasn't very lucrative potentially, I feel like it's going to be efficient now, potentially because of another change you made recently, or in general. Anyways, the arrow card talking about hitting a target is what I just heard. All right, you're going to hit one if not multiple targets in the remainder of June, but in a larger sense, Spirit's saying we're taking steps towards the fulfillment of a goal, that target board, right? You're on point. I feel like you could be predictive in nature. You finding that your connection to the moon and the sun being quite relevant when you're working, when you're spending money, even when you're at home, okay? But I just feel like all the meanwhile with this card, you're being reminded you're on the right path regarding some aspect of your life. All right. This could be in regards to saving for some, could be more so in regards to what you desire. Okay. I feel like the increase of money will feel rewarding to the point where you will probably remember Interesting, weird wording, but you'll remember or be pushed to remember a strategy you once implemented or have multiple times and how effective that was for saving money. All right. Whether this is more so, budgeting, it could be, coupons for some, it could be clearance items, but it's reminding me of when I'm a server and I put aside all the hundreds, 50s and 20s, right? And then all the tens, fives, and ones in American currency, if you're from outside the US, is spendable. And sometimes I do choose to exchange some of those lower bills for higher bills. And you know how quickly that money starts to add up in my savings. So I feel like for some, there's a strategy about your saving that you're being reminded of to don't forget to implement that, okay? Or choose to. But before we move on to the tarot, the goldfish card talking about an increase in material wealth or spiritual growth. Now, you might be experiencing this spiritual growth and development, a bit of a spiritual awakening for some, but being a money and career read, this is wholeheartedly talking about, okay, just keep swimming, right? But find the balance in it all. You receiving an increase in material wealth, all right? I did get the plenty of material things card as well when I was pre-shuffling, but I chose not to take it. I just feel like you could be receiving packages that you ordered online. You could be gifted this or that. You could find that you're just pushed to look around and remember all that you do have materialistically. But yeah, that might keep things or bring things back to a healthy perspective for you, or make you feel really grateful or increase that gratitude, appreciation for what you have at hand. Okay, even though I feel like you do potentially desire a new situation, more for yourself. It's going to be hard not to notice imperfections at times, so be it. But I feel like things could be a lot worse than they probably once were for a lot drawn to the reading. For Libra, 711, look up the angel number, meaning 711. Very curious. Okay, I feel like you're leaving people feeling very curious. You might even be feeling this way at certain points. I feel like there's just a vibe about you where you at times in the remainder of the month will get more done when you don't expect to, right? And there are other moments, even if you're predictive and very intuitive in nature, and there are other times when you don't expect to get a lot done and you get more done than you expect, okay? So it feels like kind of at times the opposite's playing in that sense. But look at that. When it comes to an ending you desire, or maybe a new situation you need or desire because of an ending from the past, you have a lot of options, right? But all the meanwhile, I feel as if you're being reminded, say it's a new housing situation, a new car, a new job, a new place to run your business. There are plenty of affordable options, even if it's in an area or a type of situation that isn't typically affordable or known as affordable. I feel like you can do it, right? Handy and resourceful is what I'm hearing. Again, I'm touching my ear, going back to that ear card. Listen up is what I'm hearing. A lot of downloads in the remainder of the month. Synchronicities. Keep an eye out, if I could say it. Synchronicities. Music will come into play as well, as I felt like I was kind of conducting an orchestra there. A tower moment that you expect. It's like, let's try to have a little bit more control over this than one would normally, if it was unexpected, or you just kind of did nothing up until that point. But I feel like you're going to transform even more when you change something up moving forward. That could be a big switch up, could be just an adjustment or two in a small way. But look at this, the King of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles. Feeling as if the remainder of June, Libra, is a very, for the most part, peaceful time for you, where things might be getting busier for some, but even if they are, it feels like you're able to, or choosing to, at least for the most part, handle all that's on your plate, all that you have to get done, manage, migrate to and from even, I want to say, and clean up at times with a sense of ease, right? And allowing yourself to not forget that a true ship of importance is coming in for you, whether, again, it's a new investment, a new opportunity, new levels of success and finances that increase. It just feels like you are owning what you get done. And it feels like and I want to say this came up in one of your recent readings, I want to say a weekly reading, things just feel easier to get things done, at least for the most part. Sure, there are occasions where you're spiritually messed with, your energy affects you, you struggle, right? Nobody's perfect. You could be feeling burnt out, naturally being hardworking. But I do feel like what you water grows. What you water pays off, shows you results, shows you the fruits of your labor. This came up in Aquarius's reading at the end. But I feel like you're glowing due to getting something done efficiently at certain points. You are just glowing because you're taking care of yourself more for some, or continuing that process. I just feel like you are being honored, appreciated in the remainder of June, and this feels great. It feels like we need to pull one more card, okay? The Libra. Okay, the Eight of Swords in reverse. There's a situation, whether you're stepping into it or continuing it, even if you have once upon a time felt trapped in that situation, you won't feel trapped in it. Potentially because you know it's temporary, potentially because you're better at managing it than other people would be, or you once would have. But even, I want to say, things might have improved recently or in the remainder of June where you're living and or working. And this is leaving you feeling less trapped, okay? And this continuous envisioning, reminding, even looking up, investigating options about a new place to live, a new place to work, even though you don't see it happening right away, might not be doable. You might not have the means to, or it just might not be the right time for whatever reason. That's helping you not feel as trapped. It's like there's more on the horizon, right? There's different, there's better. And I also feel like there's a kind of a vibe that you're releasing an old way of doing something or an old version of you when you're working. But I also feel like there's levels of honesty coming into play from spirit, from you, from spirit through you, potentially for an online platform or for other people to assist them. But I do feel like you're also being pushed to remember the importance of getting your important Libran voice out there. And again, I'm getting a very musical vibe because it's a ballerina there. Dance, get a release, listen to music for creativity, for, again, that release, but to escape potentially when a situation isn't feeling ideal. But also this could be a way for spirit to communicate with you. Okay, let's pull one or two more. The Queen of Wands. I'm hearing a bad ass. All right, excuse my language, but things are starting to fall into place, but it's this feeling that you're looking out onto the horizon, but staying quite busy in the remainder of June as you get things done. And again, this is a very lucrative time for you where you're seeing a ton, if I could hold it up, of good fortune. All right, so if this was truly helpful, sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy the remainder of June, and I'll definitely see you next time.